So it occurred to me that I hadn't shown you any batoning with a khukuri. The reason you hadn't seen it is because actually I haven't tried it. Now I don't actually recommend you do it. If you're intending to split wood, I recommend you get something like this. A maul specifically designed for splitting, a huge amount of weight behind it. This thing just makes wood explode. However, I know that needs must, and sometimes you're in a situation where you don't have a hugely heavy maul with you. And also, you're in situations where you do need to split wood to get something dry or easy to start. So, I'm gonna have a go at splitting, batoning this thing. Starting off with the cold steel Reinhardt khukuri. It's sharp, I believe. Got a little bit of damage there from the last time I used it. I don't know if it's actually damage or if it's just a bit of wear. Anyway. That works. I personally like to baton wearing gloves. I don't usually use gloves for much of the knife work, but for batoning, I just find it's more comfortable. So, Kailash M43 Marshall version. That also works. And so, I'm gonna do a comparison between this and this other Kailash blade at some point, which is this one here, my pensioner Ancola. It's got like a nice little angle effect there. We'll just see what we can do here. It works as well. So, like I was saying, I don't really think that using a khukuri as your main item to split wood is a good idea, but if it's all you've got, well, all you've got is probably even more reason not to do it, but if you want to, you can. And it works. This isn't, you know, the hardest piece of wood in the world, but it's certainly a good example of a piece of wood that you might split down to get smaller pieces to start a fire or to put in wedges or something along those lines. Anyway, it's Friday. I'm thinking about beer and yeah, have a great weekend. Cheers.